A helicopter has arrived at the Centurion hotel to fetch the 70 guests that are being evacuated. The hotel's ground floor and surrounding areas are currently under flood water. The property is currently inaccessible. ENCA's Heidi Jokos is there working that story for us. And Heidi, the helicopter, there had been speculation whether or not there would be a need to bring a chopper to assist with this rescue. Well, as you and I speak, those are the visuals. Tell us what is happening at this moment.
Exactly, Tulas. These are live visuals coming from Centurion Hotel, where a military chopper has arrived to help evacuate the 70 guests that have been trapped inside the Centurion Hotel since early this morning. We actually just saw one guest being airlifted as we speak. You know, this is happening. We're seeing all these guests being lifted up. And this was after the Centurion Hotel was submerged in water. We understand that the ground floor and the parking lots was completely submerged and inaccessible, so people were unable to get in and out of the hotel. And about 3 vehicles have also been swept away. We've been seeing a number of tow truck vehicles coming through to see if they can get any of the vehicles out of the parking lot. The water seems to have subsided slightly, especially the flow of the river and the flood seems to have subsided. But the big thing here is the fact that these guests have been trapped inside, and the military have been brought in to assist with the evacuation, given the fact that nobody really knows how soon, the water will, go away and how long this will actually take. There you can see another guest is being airlifted. So that's about the second guest that we're seeing going up into the chopper. We're not sure exactly how many people one trip can accommodate, but so far it's been 2 of them. And we do understand that 70 need to be airlifted out of the Centurion Hotel.
Heidi, those are really dramatic visuals that we are seeing there. Not every day does a person check into a hotel, thinking that they will have to be airlifted out. I mean, you come in, you're thinking that I will check out, and it will be as simple as that. So we are seeing those visuals, and we're going to stay with them for a moment while we show you that military helicopter that is airlifting those people. I suppose, Heidi, it attests to the power of the current and the water at the lower levels of the hotel, doesn't it? Because, it's not like officials don't have people who are capable of carrying out rescue, by entering at ground level, and perhaps even divers. But the fact that they had to use a chopper, I suppose it talks to the strength of the water.
Most definitely, Tulas, and I think people really underestimate the strength of a flow, a river, and a flood. And this is something that we've been seeing throughout the day, where a number of people have been rescued. About 2 hours ago, when we spoke to EMS services, they did indicate to us that 10 people have been rescued so far. Of course, that number is increasing as the day goes by. But specifically at Centurion Hotel, 2 rescue personnel had to even be rescued. There was a little boat that came in. A rope was tied to various poles and trees to try and get those rescue personnel out. And that is because they didn't realize, they underestimated how much water was actually in the Centurion Hotel. And that's when they seemed to get a little stuck and stranded, and they brought in those personnel. And realizing the strength and the current of the water here at Centurion Hotel, that is when they realized they are going to need to bring in a military chopper to assist, because there is no possible way that they can get these people out. Nobody knows when this water will subside. It appears as though a 3rd person has been airlifted and been taken into the chopper. I'm not sure if that's it for this trip. Perhaps they'll be taken to a point where they'll be dropped off, and then later on, they'll come back and assist more guests that are trapped inside. This seems like it's going to be a very lengthy process, given the fact that it's 70 people that are trapped inside. Yes, Tulas, I can see the chopper is moving away, so that means it is in fact the first trip that has concluded. It appears as though it's only 3 people per trip, and they'll obviously be moving, coming back to get the rest of those guests that have been trapped in. So it's quite a dramatic scene, as you mentioned, and it can't be easy for those guests. I mean, you come in early in the morning, and then you check an hour later, and then your car's submerged. You can't get out of the hotel, so one can only imagine how those guests are feeling.
Yeah, and finally, Heidi, as we await for this rescue operation to continue and the chopper to return to the Centurion Hotel, we are seeing it hover around behind the building that we are looking at the moment. What are officials telling you this afternoon about the welfare of everyone? I mean, these people have been trapped inside there for quite a number of hours, not able to really get out through the doors that they used to come in and check into the hotel. What are they saying about the welfare of those people, but also any other people caught in some of the flooding that has happened in that area?
Most definitely, Tulas. Just before I answer that question, it appears as though the chopper lands on the other side. We were actually there a while before this, where there were some emergency services situated there. It's part of the road that's actually quite clear. So it seems as though the chopper will land there, and then perhaps people will exit the chopper there, and then obviously be assisted. But the welfare and the state of the guests, it appears as though nobody is hurt, nobody is in bad condition. Of course, everybody was inside when this happened, and nobody seems to be hurt, or no fatalities reported at this stage. So thankfully for that, everybody is safe and sound within the hotel. Unfortunately, many people have lost their vehicles, so that's something else they'll obviously have to attend to. But it does really appear as though the water, the flow is slowing down, and you can actually see parts of the vehicles now, because earlier when we were here, you couldn't see anything. I mean, some of the cars were completely submerged within the water. But fortunately, everybody is safe and sound, and that's possibly why they've called in the military to assist to get everybody out of the hotel as soon as possible.
All right, working that story flat out is ENCA's Heidi Jokos, live for us from Centurion, the area around Lake Centurion, at the hotel there, as you were seeing a few moments ago, those dramatic rescue scenes at that particular hotel. We'll keep checking in with Heidi and the rest of the team throughout the afternoon into the evening.